You know when your boy Cuba got a drink in his hand? We gonna have a little chat. Let's roll my music so we can get right into this shit, because there's gonna be some people who are triggered.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. I'm gonna have the drink in my hand the whole time. I'm gonna start this video with a huge disclaimer, because people be super sensitive nowadays and they get triggered and oh my god. Relax. This isn't a personal attack. This is one person's opinion and thought process. I could be completely right. I could be completely wrong. Opinionated is the way that it shall be, and you could choose to make your own conclusions at the end of the day. With that being said, I start drinking. God, goes down like water. One of the requests that I get, and I get tons of requests, yo, get jewelry from this, get this brand, yo, get this shit. One of the most popular requests that I have, and it's probably because he's a content creator himself, is to buy Jacoje jewelry. Now, I don't know Jacoje. I've never had a conversation with Jacoje, nor have I purchased anything from Jacoje at this time, which is why I'm making this video. I am a Jacoje subscriber. I watch the guy. I think he's extremely informative, very fit for YouTube, makes great content, and has a good amount of following and influence. So shout out to you as a fellow YouTuber, content creator, and a subscriber. Love the content. Now, people are always like, yo, Jacoje makes the fire shit. Yo, he's got these joints, etc., etc. I started to thinking while going through Jacoje's website to see, I'm gonna buy a piece of jewelry just to make content. And the thoughts in my head were the following. Jacoje, or Braden I believe is the guy's name. Braden always states he gets his chains from Italy. He was even going through a big drought because Italy was shut down. The whole world is in a fucking pandemic and manufacturing is taking their sweet time. So when people go in my comments or send me messages like, yo, Jacoje makes this dope ass chain, I go, what do you mean? Because he's not making it, he's selling them. So my thing is that everybody talks about his quality being absolutely stellar, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about the dude's service, response time, the whole spiel. I haven't heard a bad fucking thing, which I can't speak on personally because I've never done business with the dude. The thing is that 90% of the US jewelers get specific chains from Italy. Italy is like a jewelry hub for fancy jewelry because they make amazing quality stuff. Now, is every factory in Italy the same? I don't know. I'm not a jeweler. This isn't my business. I'm not in this game. But what's the difference between his jewelry and maybe some big jewelry shops that also sell Italian chains? That's just my whole thought process behind it. From my knowledge, 3 to 5 millimeter ropes and frankles, they're not made in the US. And if they are, they're definitely not quality that the Italy ones are, for sure. That's why all of these jewelers get most of their shit from Italy, because they make great shit. You think a US jeweler is gonna spend labor time making a 1.2 millimeter rope chain to make $1? So my thing is, if I'm gonna shop at Jacoje for a chain, am I going to shop Jacoje for his selection of factory that he purchases his chains from? Because it's not about what he's making, it's what he's purchasing. So I'm becoming a consumer based on him selecting the best factory in Italy? Okay. What's to say that a bigger store with millions of dollars backing them can't get the same chains and provide a better price point? Because my assumption is if you buy shit in bulk and in bundles, the price comes down, gives you a bigger gap to make some more profit. At the end of the day, business is business. So that's my whole thing. It's like, how do I know that the factory that he buys his shit from is a lot better than the factory that any of these other jewelers does? You know, you get what I'm saying? Now, pendant wise, he does sell pendants. I don't know if he's an actual bench jeweler, because the term jeweler gets thrown around a ton. For me, a jeweler is somebody who does bench work. The motherfucker can design, cast, from casting, creation, sanding, molding, welding, all the shit from top to bottom. To me, that's a jeweler. Ben Bowler, I don't think is a jeweler. Greg Una, I don't think is a jeweler. As a matter of fact, on Ben Bowler's podcast, when he was talking with Trax, he asked Trax, do you bench work? Meaning, do you work the bench? Do you fucking sand, saw, do all that shit? Track goes, nah, I just sell shit and I can put together pieces of jewelry. I can design stuff. Ben Baller was like, yeah, I could do a little bit, and I do rhodium or some shit like that.
Do you like actually do any bench work? Do you know anything about goldsmith work? Do you do any like
I could polish, you know, which is easy, of course, but I like polishing jewelry, but I don't do any bench work personally, no, man. Okay. Do you do bench work?
I do a little bit. I think my specialty probably would be the rhodium. I could polish. Final polish I can get down on, depending on how much time I have. I do like to keep a good manicure, but if you see my cuticles are always fucked up. But the rhodium is my specialty. That's what, like, basically my favorite thing.
But what is it to rhodium? You dip it in the...
No, I'm talking about pen rhodium, dog. I'm doing the colors and stuff.
You're a jewelry designer. You can conceive concepts together. You're like a music producer. You can compose all the shit and bring all the resources together to compose a piece of jewelry. Does that make you less of a person? No. It just, to me, doesn't make it a jeweler. Now, going back to the pendants, because the whiskey puts me on a tangent. I've seen some of the pendants on his website, and I'm struggling to find something to purchase to give you guys my actual impression on the products on his page. But then the stuff that he has right now, because of the pandemic and the lack of resources, whether it be his own US manufacturing or something overseas, it's like a Buddha pendant. I don't want to wear a pendant that looks like me without my shirt. That shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like all saggy and that's just not my thing. An elephant pendant, no. A pamp, I have my own pamps, and you know, like to get the diamond framing around it, I don't think I'm gonna get proper judging on his manufacturing or his work based on like a framing. So my whole thing is everybody wants me to get Jacoje chains and shit like that. And I'm not saying his chains are bad. I highly doubt that they're bad because they're made in Italy. Italian fine jewelry is sick. I don't like the Cubans. The Cubans is just completely different. The Italian Cubans with that weird box lock is shit. I don't like them. It's not my flow at all. That's not a traditional Miami Cuban link. That shit should just be called a Cuban link with a box lock. My opinion, again. This is just my manifesto or whatever, telling y'all why I haven't purchased anything from Jacoje yet. It's like, am I gonna get the best price? Am I going for his stellar service? Is it worth paying a little bit more for amazing services? Sometimes. But does he really have the absolute best things when a lot of the jewelers buy from possibly the same place? It's just a lot of conflict that I have. So that's just an answer and a response to people. This isn't throwing jabs at the dude. I'm a fan. I watch. I'm a subscriber. I hear amazing things. I'm just giving you my perspective and my thought process of why I haven't purchased the chain from Jacoje yet. Not to mention gold prices are high. Shit is not cheap. And I'm not here making mad money on fucking YouTube to be just buying mad gold shit all the time. I could do it, but I gotta pick and choose my shit wisely. So that's just a little bit of insight that I have. And I'm not saying this guy is better than the other guy. I'm just saying this guy may do a lot more than this guy, or I don't know what this guy does yet. But chain-wise, chains are from Italy. He's telling you they're from Italy. What do you mean? I got chains from Italy. They're great. I'm just saying. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart. Let me know down below. You can completely disagree with me. That's cool. That's the beauty of this platform. You can agree to disagree.
Cubaknow, what's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would